Hey, what's up guys, TheJordude here, back again with another Shadowverse deck and gameplay video. This is again after the release of the mini expansion for Rebirth of Glory. So today's video I wanted to feature a Portalcraft deck. I know I recently just made a Portalcraft video, but this is for puppets this time, because in the mini expansion puppets got a little bit of support with the new legendary. We got a new Orcus, Orcus Linked Heart. This Orcus is actually very cool. Could do a lot, very similar to previous Orcus in the past. So basically it has the fanfare choose to summon a Lloyd, or you can summon a Marionette Uno. And if you summon a Lloyd, it gains +2/+2, which is pretty good. Lloyd could come in handy a lot of times because it could just be like a big body block, or it could just kind of counter one of your opponent's finishers. Otherwise you could get a Marionette Uno, and when you get a Marionette Uno in play, you get a Due, which is the 3/2 with Storm. And if you evolve Orcus, then you get the you get like a Marionette Trio, I believe. Yeah. It transforms a puppet in your hand into a Marionette Tray, and Tray is a new. Is it in here? So this is the Marionette Due. You guys probably know it from before, and the Marionette Tray. I believe this is new. Or did it do? Oh no. Before you could get a Tray, but it was kind of hard to get off. Usually the Dues just ended the game. So the Tray, if you haven't seen him in play before, it's Storm, can attack 2 times per turn. Last word summon a Uno and Due. I don't know why I'm saying Due, but yeah. So this could be like one of your finishers in the deck. This deck is actually running 3 different kind of win conditions. So you could win the game through Silva, and your Orcus, so just basically poking down your opponent, doing constant damage through puppets, attacking every turn, poking them down, finishing them off with the Orcus. You could win that way. You could also win with Lashena. Lashena kind of fell down in power because a lot of people were taking Angelic Smites because of Alana Haven in the past. But against, like, if it's an open deck list or a ladder and you're playing a deck that you know shouldn't have Angelic Smite, Lashena could be very powerful as a win condition, especially if you play her on turn 4 Evo, get her going right away. And finally, your last win condition, of course, is Maisha. Just a solid 3-drop, but otherwise, if you get to the late game, you have an extra Evo point. You should have enough followers in the graveyard so that Maisha could OTK with the Purgation's Blade. So yeah, multiple win conditions here. Makes the deck very flexible against any kind of deck you might face on ladder or in tournaments. Because against each different deck or each matchup, you could go for a different win condition. One thing that the deck is lacking, and what puppets is just generally lacking, I would say, is card draw. We only have Disciple of Destruction as card draw. But for AoE, like against Machinas, we got Puppeteer Strings, which is quite good against Machina. Got 1 copy of Destructive Refrain if we need like a bigger AoE. Spot Removal with Joy of Destruction. And we got a bunch of the puppet stuff you expect to see. Puppet Shock, Zwei, pretty good legendary at the moment. Really good at clearing boards in the mid game. We also including 2 copies of the new golden card from the new expansion, Veer Doll Slayer, which could be kind of annoying. It's got Bane, and if you get the puppets recycling, it could be really annoying for your opponent to just continuously deal with these Veers. So yeah, this is the deck, guys. If you guys have missed Puppet Portal, give this deck a try. I think it's really fun to play, and each game could be slightly different, depends on your matchup. So yeah, I think it's just really cool. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe for more content and like the video, and comment down below if you like Puppet Portal at the moment, or are you still more of an Artifact Portal player at the moment. So yeah, let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace. Alright, Runecraft. We're going second, so Lashena is pretty nice. I might actually keep the Disciple of Destruction as well, just for some added gas to go with the Lashena. This is actually just a solid hand to keep. Against Rune, they might have Angelic Smite, but if it's like Machina Rune, they shouldn't. Spell Boost Rune, they might, but a lot of times they don't, so I think we could go for the Lashena win condition this game. Alright, so it is Machina. We could wind up here, but it's not that good. I think I would just play the Marionette last. We could have played him on turn 5 because I get the free evil with it, so it could have been a good follow-up to the Lashena. But the wind up here wasn't that great. Although it could have been like a decent setup turn. He's not actually doing it. I kind of want to trade here and then Disciple just because I have nothing to do. The thing with wind up is that I only get 1 puppet this turn. It's not great. So we'll just go through our deck a bit. It's kind of like we lose a bit of tempo because we destroyed one of our followers. Ideally you want to like sacrifice a puppet to draw 2. But our hand's like, we got a bunch of spells in the hand. We will get a bunch of puppets with the wind up and puppeteer string. So I'm not too worried about getting my destructions reduced. Wow, that was actually a really weak turn for him. Next turn he's going on turn 5, so I want to play around with Sorcerer, so I'm just going to trade my 1-2. Because if he plays the Machina book Sorcerer, it becomes a 5-6, he can't deal with the Lashena. So how do I want to deal with that? I can't use I want to use my wind up next turn. We could go for the Zwei. I burned 1 puppet with the Zwei because my hand is a bit full. Yeah, we just go for a Kokoro here. And hopefully we don't miss all 3 of these attacks. That'd be like pretty awkward. Okay. That was like average outcome. We could have just like traded the Kokoro in, but then that's kind of bad. Okay, Tetra here. Tetra's okay. Like he still can't really deal with the Lashena, I think. Like he could use spells on it, but he could do like okay. So he's going to trade like this. How does he plan on removing both of these? If he killed my Kokoro, I could play my Destruction in white next turn. The good thing was like against Machina Rune, they don't have like crazy big amount of burst, so we're like pretty safe if we just take a slow turn on the Destruction in white. Let's see. Puppeteer Strings is pretty good. I get to remove the whole board. So actually if we go Puppeteer Strings, we don't even get 2 puppets. That's awkward. I could just go face for 3. Or I could take the value trade. I think because our win con is Destruction of black, I could just take the free trade here. I don't think I need the 3 damage. Yeah, like this is putting no pressure on me at all with this Puppeteer Strings in my hand and Destructive Refrain. We should have plenty of time. And if he fills his board with a bunch of 1/1s, I'd be okay with that as well. Just because it's not putting too much damage on me each turn. And I get heal 2 every turn with Destruction and white. One thing I should be careful of is like he randomly has an Angelic Smite in his deck. Because it is ladder, he might have an Angelic Smite to tech. So like, I do kind of want to hold this last evil point, maybe for like a Maisha finisher or something. I could clear the board with Puppeteer Strings and still play Distraction. Or I could just leave this board because he's got 5/1/1s, so he can't really do anything. Am I okay with burning a card next turn? I guess we could let him have one faller. I kind of don't want to burn a card. See if he has an Angelic Smite here. He's just going to concede there. Yeah, I don't think he could do much. Dragon? The Dragon could ramp up pretty quickly. So how do we want to win? We don't need any of these cards anyways. We're going first. My ship might be a bit slow because my ship we can't get it out quicker than turn 10. We could try to aggro the dragon down. Like that's the fastest way to win is by using aggro. Using like Lashena's kind of sketchy if they are if they're playing Casitas, because the Casitas deck can remove amulets. Okay, let's just play the Kokoro here. He missed his turn too, so we could have wind up, but wind up's just like inefficient, not developing anything. Blazing Breath, okay. This is a bit awkward. I want to set up the Silva, but I don't have anything to use it with. I'm gonna have like a pretty inefficient turn here, but I want to cycle some cards in my hand at least. Next turn it looks like I'm going to use the Lashena. Probably. We could use this. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's Aggro Dragon. Wasn't really expecting the Aggro Dragon. We could deal with it. That was the joy of destruction. But we're going to go for Lashena. They don't have amulet removal. Because I might actually just need the destruction of white for health here. We have the Lick, which is also nice to gain some health. Okay. This is fine. I could either go for Zway next turn or I could just play a Marionette. Could also use Silva. Silva doesn't do much actually. Okay. I guess he just wants to weaken my Lashena. It just makes my board really wide, and against like an Aggro Dragon, I don't think he could deal with this. Next turn he could have Galgamir though. But actually the Galgamir doesn't do anything because it becomes a 5/4. No, actually it's a 5/5, right? I guess the Galgamir would have been punished for me. The Forte. Oh. Okay, double lick. I might actually just use this double lick to not die. At the start of your next turn, give 3/1 to a random follower. So he might have like 8 damage in his hand. I don't think I should die from 10, so I'm just going to play the marionette. I should be fine. If he has 10 damage from hand with 8 play points, like, get on him, I guess. I don't expect to die here. So it's Galmir. Yeah, so the Galmir is not doing much. You trade. I need 2 damage. Was there a way I could have played a Silva at some point? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just over now. He still has a buff card in his hand, but he's only at 9 play points, so if he if he had like a Genesis Dragon, it wouldn't be enough. Genesis Dragon would be 10 damage, I guess, if it did that. The Isla's not doing much right now. We just have lethal with Orcus next turn. Actually, we just have lethal with Silva as well.